church. Amen. Good evening, members. Clerk.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
On operation for financial year 2019-2020. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Other one.
The other one, Honorable Speaker, I wish to lay on the table of the Assembly today, Wednesday, the 25th day of May, 2022, report of the County Assembly Service Board of Machakos on operations for financial year 2020-2021.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. Clerk.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Proceed.
Order number 7, statements.
Proceed.
Order number 8, motion, approval of report of the Auditor General on financial statements of Matungulu Water and Sewerage Company for the year ended 30th June 2018.
Under this business, under this order, we have one business. The member who is prosecuting. Honorable Mtinda, come. You are going to hold brief on behalf of Mheshimiwa.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I have a report on approval of report of Auditor General, financial statements of Matungulu Water and Sewerage Company for the year ended 30th June 2018. I'm on brief for the Vice Chair, who is on brief for the Chairman, Honorable Winfred Mutua. Honorable Speaker, that aware that Article 229, Sub-Article 5 of the Constitution provides that the Auditor General may audit and report on the accounts of any entity that is funded from public funds. Further, aware that Article 229, Sub-Article 7 of the Constitution that states that audit reports shall be submitted to the Parliament or the relevant County Assembly. Constant that the report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of Matungulu Water and the Sewerage Company for the year ended 30th June 2018 was received in the Assembly pursuant to Article 229, Sub-Article 7 of the Constitution. Further, aware that the report was committed to the Committee of Public Accounts and Investment Committee pursuant to Standing Order number 185, Sub-Order 2B and C, that states that the Public Accounts and Investments Committee shall be responsible for examination of reports, accounts, and workings of the county public investments, and whether the affairs of the public investments are being managed in accordance with sound financial or business principles and prudent commercial practices. Aware that the committee, after receipt of the report, conducted several meetings with the accounting officers together with the officers from the Office of the Auditor General, and consequently compiled a report. Honorable Speaker, I wish to move the motion that this House discusses and approves the report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of Matungulu Water and Sewerage Company for the year ended 30th June 2018. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I call upon Honorable Jacqueline Siva to second my motion.
Honorable Jacqueline.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable members present. I'm Jacqueline Ziva, representing the people of Ikombe Ward and the Minority Chief Whip. I stand to second the motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. Honorable Mtinda, what brief, continually in brief on behalf of the member. Just to take us to the executive summary. I know you are not ready, but sorry for that.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Again, I'm Honorable Thomas Mutinda, Member of County Assembly of Wamunyu Ward, and I'm on the brief for the Vice Chair, Honorable Winfred Mutua. Mr. Speaker, the Public Accounts and Investments Committee comprises of the following honorable members: the Honorable Winfred Mutua, Vice Chairperson; Honorable Paul Museko, member; Honorable Alice Zioka, member; Honorable Johanna Munyao, member; Honorable Josephat Kasioki, member; Honorable Peter Mutiso, member. I think, Honorable Speaker, go to queries.
To for the receipt queries.
Queries.
Go to 5.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. There were issues of queries in the financial statements, and Honorable Speaker, I'm go straight to them. Going concern and certainty. Committee observations, Honorable Speaker. The committee noted that the company tending to the state of insolvency because the current liabilities are above the current assets. Further, the company is registering big losses from the non-revenue water amounting to Kenya shillings 2,886,869 as a result of a dilapidated water system and a frequent damage to the pipelines during road constructions. 2, the high electricity bills largely contributed to the high current liabilities reported. Recommendations, Honorable Speaker. The county government should allocate funds for a complete overhaul of all the water pipeline system to prevent leakages that led to the big loss that resulted from non-revenue water. Number 2, in the next financial year, the county government should allocate funds to clear the outstanding electricity bills because the company is not financially capable of offsetting the said bills. 5.2, property, plant and equipment. Unexplained variances, borehole equipment and computers and accessories. 5.2.2, committee observations. The variance of Kenya shillings 181,000 reported under borehole equipment represented cost of removing the old pump and the installation of the new one. The said variance was reported under repairs and maintenance. 2, the variance of 2,049 shillings reported under computer and accessories represented cost of installations of MS Office, but non-documentation was provided to support the payment since it was done separately from the cost of purchase of the computer. Recommendations. The accounting officer should fully disclose all information to auditors during the time of audit, pursuant to Section 9, subsection 1E of the Public Audit Act 2015 to avoid issues appearing in the management letter and the financial audit report. 2, further, the accounting officer should forward to the Auditor General the documents related to installations of MS Office to enable closure of the query. 5.3, failure to provide depreciation charge for buildings. Honorable Speaker, there are committee observations. The variance of 114,236 for depreciation is included in the figure Kenya shillings 1,961,876 and was only reported under operating expenses but was not shown in the asset movement schedule. This indicates lack of capacity on the part of the accounting officer. Recommendations. Honorable Speaker, the committee recommends that the county executive seconds qualified accountants to assist the water company in the preparations of financial statements. Lack of fixed assets register. Honorable Speaker, the committee had some observations, and these were: the company does not have a fixed asset register showing all the assets that the company inherited from the defunct local authority and the newly acquired assets. The only document available is a list of assets that does not have corresponding valuations. 2, the company lacks ownership documents for the parcels of land that the company is laying claim to, since the county executive has up to date not completed the handing over process. Honorable Speaker, there are recommendations there. The county executive should undertake the task of acquiring all the ownership documents relating to the said assets and streamline the handing over process of those assets in order to secure its ownership and to prevent loss of the said assets. Further, it should source for valuers to undertake the task of valuing all the listed assets. Customer deposits. Honorable Speaker, we also have committee observations. The committee observed that Kenya shillings 1,130,870 variance queried by the Auditor General represents borrowing from the customer deposit. The money was transferred to pay electricity and other expenses when the company was not able to pay expenses from its own revenues. The borrowed amount has up to date not been refunded, further making reference to the query on going concern.